Good evening. You're watching Outside the Box. This is the show which allows you to interact directly with political party candidates. To our daily poll now, yesterday's question was, should the current price control of basic food items be reviewed? A whooping 96.67% voted yes, while no one responded with a no. Today's question is, should Fiji review its international peacekeeping obligations? Text your answer, a simple yes or no, to 3592. The poll is open to Vodafone, Digicel, and Incusers. Charges apply. First on the show tonight is Eroni Ratuwalesi from the People's Democratic Party. Bula, sir, welcome to the show.
Bula, Maitau, and to the listeners, Bula Vinaka, Namaste, Foyaksa, and Kona Maori.
First, tell us your reasons, for contesting these elections.
Well, Mika, personally, I've been passionate about working with people, and after 40 years of being a community worker, active youth community and pastoral labor worker, I thought that I might take it a level forward to represent the views of the people, especially the marginalized, the poor, and the people who are landless and who are strangers to our country into the political arena.
What are your views that you are promoting in these elections?
For me personally, I'd like to stand up for the poor, the strangers, for those who are non-itoke to our country, especially those who dwell in squatter people's communities. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are their views that you are promoting in these elections?
Oh, their views, what they want is secure land tenure, legal land tenure.
All right.
Yeah.
And how best do you think that can be done?
I guess that can be addressed through participatory process with the people on how we can, through the engaging dialogue with them, in addressing the need for land.
Right. Now, do you think there should be a special pool of land specifically for squatters only and the poor or the marginalized out there? Their views you are promoting in these elections?
Yes, I think the view of the people, they would like to be secured first and foremostly where they are living.
Right.
Not necessarily a pool. Otherwise it would displace them and disrupt their everyday life where they have to start all over again.
Okay, all right. There's a call online, Nanise from Lami, Mbulunaka Nanise, and yes, ask your questions to our guest tonight.
Mbulunaka, Mr. Ratuwalesi. I'm from Lami Catholic Church, and my question is, if you get voted into Parliament, will you be able to raise the social pension scheme? Thank you.
I didn't quite get that.
Okay, she's asking if you are voted into Parliament or your party, will you raise the issue of social pension scheme?
Yes, that is one of the areas being addressed in the manifesto of the PDP. Yes, we are strongly looking at addressing the social security.
Yeah. Now, you were also a trade unionist.
Yes.
You were a former general secretary of the Fiji Mine Workers Union. Now, if you were to be voted to Parliament in the next Parliament and given a task, to head a review of our trade union movement, now, what key things do you think needs urgent attention?
Firstly, just to correct, I was the former president and deputy general secretary of the union. Well, I guess the first key thing that needs to be done is to take away all the decrees that is a hindrance to the progress of the trade union movement in Fiji.
Right. Okay. And what about the trade union movement itself? What are the key things do you think should be reviewed that concerns the unions of our country?
Yeah, taking away, giving more rights to the workers to bargain freely. No interference of government interference where they can bargain for themselves.
Okay. So you believe that our unions need no reviewing, its structures and its purpose in this country?
Yes, I guess the review may need to be done. I guess I'd leave that to those who.
Okay, but you've been a unionist for over the years. But there are things that you think and you believe should be reviewed and restructured as far as our unions are concerned. The way it approaches things, maybe.
Yes, I believe so. I think. Well, if I may take it from the angle where the unions. Sorry,
okay. Now, your party strongly feels unions are an integral part of society.
Yeah.
The question is why?
Okay, because those who are in the unions are people, and we deal with the people, and we need to address the issues of the people.
People,
Yeah.
Okay. But before reaching out to the people, unions, do you think the union itself should really look at itself?
Yeah, I guess. The work of the industry is straightforward. We deal with the people and we need to address their concerns.
Okay. Now, what impression of the unions do you think workers of this country should possess?
Trade union leaders who are there to serve their members.
The members. Do you think they are serving their members rightfully?
I think they are serving their members rightfully. There needs to be more done, and especially in the area also of trying to bring together the two trade union movements in this country.
But now you are no longer a unionist.
I am no longer a unionist, but I'm still an activist. Yeah.
Activist, Like any reason of why you left the union?
I used to live in Wotkola, and I no longer live there. So I live in Suva now since 2003 and continue my activist as a union.
Would you strongly promote workers' rights if you get into the next parliament?
Yes, I would, for the benefit of the workers.
And why do you think people should vote for you in the next elections?
I think I'm asking the constituents of the voters to vote for me because I am passionate about serving people, and especially the trade union movement. I have been a member of a trade union movement, which is now has a world record of being under strike for 23 years, and we are still doing that.
Still doing that. Okay. Well, let's stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Joining us next is Tagi from the One Fiji Party. Welcome back. Join our discussion live tonight by texting in your questions to 3599 or call our studio line 3302 And remember, you can have your say in our daily poll. The question is still, should Fiji review its international peacekeeping obligations? Simply text yes or no to 3592 to all Vodafone, Digicel and Inc users. We are now joined by Tagi from the One Fiji Party. Good evening and welcome to Outside the Box.
Good evening, Mika.
Okay. Now, what were you doing before you entered politics?
I used to work for government with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before resigning and taking up a few consultancy work as a freelance. But a few years back, because of my Christian conviction, I decided to do voluntary work involving myself with Christian ministry, such as the Scripture Union in Fiji.
Right. What is your party's policies on foreign relations?
Thank you. One Fiji Party's policy on foreign relations, one, we will be responsible and we will honor and abide by the principles and guidelines laid down by the various international conventions to guide international diplomatic and consular relations. For instance, we will ensure that we implement the Vienna Convention on diplomatic relations and Vienna Conventions on consular relations.
Okay. Okay.
Another point,
one?
yeah.
Yes.
One Fiji Party, we will aim to restore and sustain a good name as a responsible internationalist and multinationalist. Yeah, we will also strengthen relations with our traditional partners.
Yeah.
Can I also add
Sure.
that One Fiji Party, we will strengthen regionalism with other Pacific Island countries.
Now, what type of benefits do you think Fiji should gain from its foreign policies?
Foreign aid, trade benefits, and even labor. We have labor mobility schemes with our traditional partners.
Okay.
So these are some benefits we think we'll get.
Suresh Patel is on the line from Samambula. Mbulubnak Suresh, and go ahead and ask your question. Suresh, you still on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Okay, speak up a bit, Suresh.
Lady. Yeah, I'm on the line.
Yeah, go ahead and ask your
Hear me?
question. Mr. Patel, we are listening. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, what are the views of the lady who's standing for One Fiji Party regarding Christianity as the mainstay of the SODELPA party? So if I want to tell Christian which sect will be valid and recognized as a Christian?
Okay. Did you get that question?
No, couldn't get the question.
Okay. Which sect of the Christianity would One Fiji Party recognize? Yeah. Which sect of Christianity would the One Fiji Party recognize in terms of Christianity?
One Fiji Party, we believe in, like I said, in just a sovereign and almighty God being the God of our nation and the solution to everything. So joining whatever sect, if that was the question, or if I've heard right,
Okay.
you know, we have different denominations,
Yeah.
and you're welcome to join any for that
Yeah.
matter.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. How can Fiji maintain its good relations at all times with other countries?
One Fiji believes that stability in the nation is important so that we can break the cycle of coups here.
Mm. Okay. Now, if One Fiji Party wins, who will be the Prime Minister?
Of course, our party chair and party leader, Mr. Philemoni Wasaroma.
Do you think he'll make a good one?
He will, definitely.
Yeah. Why do you think that he will make a good one?
He's a strong and courageous young person, so to speak, with passion, and has a visionary man with a new era for Fiji.
Okay. Now, on youths, your party promotes issues that concerns youth. If I'm correct,
Yes.
What do you think youths of this country are looking out for in this general election?
Yeah. I believe they're all looking for role models at the moment. They need to see people with integrity, leaders who walk in righteousness and have justice in place in their part of their leadership.
And do you think your party have all
Yes,
those?
we have. Mr. Wasarong is someone that we have looked up to.
What about you?
Yeah, of course. I'll leave that to all the young people that I've worked with.
Mm. Okay. And what best your party can offer them, our youths of this country?
We just launched our youth policy earlier this evening in Nandera.
All right.
There's one in particular that I I want to raise is the youth empowerment programs that we will ensure is mainstreamed in all the programs. Yeah.
Yeah, the issue of youth is, unemployment.
Yeah.
And I mean, how
Okay.
the question is, how can you get them employment?
We have the youth, National Youth Voluntary Scheme that we believe is best at the moment, and the National Employment Center that we believe as a party needs to be revived with set objectives and aims in catering for all these unemployed young people that would come out of the school system.
And you believe and you think that all this will work?
Yes, I do believe in that, Mika.
All right, thank you. In our final segment, Parayame Cakacaka, beg your pardon, from SODELPA joins us. Welcome back. Remember, you can join the discussion live by texting in your questions to 3599 or call our studio line 330-2100. Now, Parayame Cakacaka from SODELPA joins us in studio. Welcome to the show. Now, what is your main reason for contesting the elections?
Thank you, Mika. I feel there is a need for us to change the government. The government at the moment is not doing what is right for the people. And also we feel that for me alone, for my profession as a teacher, I think there is a need to refine, to review the curriculum that is now carried out in the schools, because we are looking at from that perspective that the future generation of tomorrow depends on how we groom them up. And what is happening at the moment, there is too much of a task that are given to the students, and they had been occupied, and we feel that that should be changed. And then the second one is that we really have to look at the system that the current government is taking us through. I think we had been going through some difficulties in trying to find out ways and means to find out where we are going and how they are carrying us out, because they are not very clear with how they are taking us through.
All right. Now, what do you think is students' approach to education nowadays?
Sorry to say that what has happened today is a sort of a freelance thing for the students. They seem to be doing what they just want to do. There's a lot of students who are staying out of schools. Discipline is low. Teachers are being loaded with, overloaded with tasks that they have to do a lot of correspondence and all this reporting. And I think we are losing out in putting our students to that level, that integrity, and we are looking forward to see them that they can go through in life.
Now, that leads on to a text question from one of the viewers. What current policy the SODELPA government will remove when it comes, if it gets into power?
We have to do away with all these CBA and CATS program which are there in the school, because they do not put our students into perspective. We do not know what is the objective of these courses that are taking, even right from infant classes right up. And at the end of the day, we do not actually know where they are heading for, because there is no assessment, and whatever assessment that we receive from school is based on some form which the teachers have prepared for themselves, rather than we are normally used to, okay, there is an examination, there is an assessment. At the end of the day, we find out that how much they have done and how well they did in the class.
So I think there's Apenisa from Lami on the line. Apenisa, go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, sir. I've got a question for candidate. How would SODELPA help the most unemployed youth company in rural areas?
What we are looking at is that we have to re-modify the examination system that we have in Fiji. We need to find out ways and means whereby we can have a hop-out system where the students can move into other areas rather than what we have at the moment. I think what we have at the moment, we are moving up right up to the top, and that is there is no examination from the primary right up to Form 6 and Form 7. That would mean that there will be more students up at that level, and we do not know where to put them in. Okay, in the rural areas, because these students are, most of them are purely academic, I think there is a need across the board where we are going up. So if you can introduce this examination in Form 5 and Form 4, where we have at least a way out for students to move into technical fields where they can be trained.
Thank you, Mr. Dadak. I think another caller's on the line. Samu from the Wilevu. Mulibnaka Samu. Mulibnaka Samu. Okay, I think we lost Samu there. Just leading on from what you've just explained, what would be the best approach to ensure, that every student will fall or make it through in education, no matter what level, is guaranteed a job in any sector of the economy?
We are looking at the what we call the academic line of education, and also we are looking at the TVET side. People who are good with academic, then they can go right up to the top academically. But what do we do to those who do not excel academically? This is what we want, and that is if we can have a layout at the National University of Fiji, that now because it has been merged with other areas, we have lost the TVET areas. We find that the students are going in and they are not well trained because there's too much on the board, and teachers maybe they are confused, they do not know what's going on. And why not we reverse, go back, let FNU or FIT to take on TVET alone.
Okay. There's a question from one of our viewers tonight, a text question. Will SODELPA address FNPF payout?
The SODELPA is going to review the FNPF payout.
Pension scheme, eh?
Yeah. And we are looking at it from that perspective that we would like to help the people who had been victimized by the system that we had been going on with at the moment.
Okay. Now, should education be made compulsory also for the physically challenged as well?
Well, I guess so. It should be good. It should be compulsory, but the government will have to put some more effort into that, in how we can bring these students on board and how we can train more teachers so that they can help the students to participate in the normal playing field that other people are competing.
Would your party legislate provisions for compulsory education, both in primary and secondary?
I think we will review that one again, and it should be made, because so far
should be legislated.
Should be legislated, because there are so many students who are out of school, and there is no legislation to cover them up, to find out where they are. They're supposed to be in the school. The parents should be, somebody has to be taken to task just because of that.
Okay. I think there's another caller on the line. Mbuluvinaka caller, go ahead and ask your question. Maria from Vatuanga.
Good evening, sir. I'm just calling to ask, you mentioned earlier in your opening statement that the government of the day, you're standing because the government of the day is not doing their job. Could you please further elaborate on that statement?
What I said was that the curriculum framework that we are using at the moment is not in line with what we expect or what we want in Fiji. We are not training our students to be Fiji students. We are training them for something else, and that's why I was asking, what was the purpose of all these tasks and all these things that the children had been loaded with? Because there is a need, because this government has brought in that area, and we do not know where we are going. Our students are not
learning. Our time is up tonight. But do you think you will win the election?
Certainly.
Certainly. All right. And that's all for tonight. I leave you with our quote of the week from the late Nelson Mandela. Success in politics demands that you must take your people into confidence about your views and state them very dearly, very politely, very calmly, but nevertheless state them openly. Join me again next week as we continue our extensive coverage heading into the elections. Good evening.